Hey guys, Dr. Josh with Freedom Physical Therapy, and today we're going to talk a little bit with shoulder mechanics and just shoulder mobility in general, and how we can see how those mechanics feed into or can prevent that kind of pinching feeling that a lot of people get in the overhead position. So I have Josh from Body Heal here, and we're going to walk through just the shoulder as it moves through kind of this flexion position. So what are we looking for? What should be happening? And really in this first 30, 60, even up to about 90 degrees of motion, we get a lot of just shoulder glenohumeral, so that ball and socket joint motion. And then from here, we're going to get, as we start to get up, that elevation, upward rotation of that shoulder blade and a little bit of this posterior tilt. If we don't get, especially this posterior tilt and this upward rotation of the shoulder blade, as we get into this top position, it really limits our ability to get fully overhead, and that's where this ball and socket joint is going to try and take over, but we're going to get that pinch kind of at the top here. So we can see the same thing if we go into abduction or out to the side here. This first little bit is going to be mostly shoulder joint motion. As we get up closer to that 90 degrees, we're going to start to get that rotation, elevation of the shoulder blade, and then again as we come up to the top here, really want to see that upward rotation, elevation of that shoulder blade to get you into that full upward position. And these are the motions that we're going to need if we're doing like overhead squat, throwing. We're going to look at thrower's position here in just a second, but if we're really getting into that overhead lockout position, this is what we need to have occur at the shoulder blade and the shoulder joint itself. And so if I go into that thrower's position, I really got to get that external rotation. This is where that posterior tilt of that shoulder blade really comes into play with these low traps and getting into that way externally rotated position that helps improve velocity, but also if you're a Olympic weightlifter, it gets you really into that nice lockout position. If we don't have that, we're a little more up here, we're going to rely more on our deltoid and our upper trap and our levator to really hold that shoulder steady, and that's where we can get up into like neck pain, front shoulder pain, or that like top shoulder pain. So hopefully you all found this helpful, and let me know if you have any questions.